Look, people. Hopefully, I do this justice. Actually, I shouldn't start out a video saying something like that. Limit yourself right there. And by the way, if you're living your 3D reality through a third dimensional experience, through an actual third dimensional frequency, you're not doing yourself much justice. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Um, oh yeah, I was told today's a day without time. Yeah, that would explain some stuff. Anyways, uh, if you've seen any of my videos, you've seen a lot's changed. But here's the thing, man. It's completely locked into, like they say, basically what happens is you vibrate yourself to fifth dimensional frequency internally. You're still here in the third, but you're experiencing life from a fifth dimensional frequency. It changes everything. It's like watching a great big movie. Anything that anybody tells you, oh, that's not possible, anything's possible. I swear to God, anything is possible. Over a few years, I've had so much different stuff happen that led me down roads. I'm not going to go into all of it because it would be way too long to explain, but basically led me to knowing that time is malleable. It's all right now. You can literally send messages back and forth through time to yourself. I've sent them to my mom. And this is all explained by the way that I was raised and the things that happened. It's all I've got this stuff, in other videos, and it'll all be wrote down in a book. But I just wanted to share my experience if I could with you. Of course, at the moment, I was I was jamming some Queensryche. When I say jamming, I'm not just listening to the music. I got out my bass guitar and I'm singing along with it. Um, but I keep like getting this urge like to share this stuff with everybody because I can't even walk out the door without having an experience. I said in my last video how I go places and it's all dreams that I've had. The dreams that I've had, I'm like going through them during the day. But now we're at a point like when I speak to people, it's like I need to give that person a hug. This person I need to stay away from. Say this here. Laugh at that. It's just like there is nothing out there that could phase me. Everything I see, like I was just going to take something outside, and there was this woman I had talked to the other day out there, and I just happened to like see her in my mind's eye, like heading for the door. And as I come down the flight of stairs, she comes out the door, but she walks out, and it's like I helped her open the door, and it was weird. Like she didn't see me or didn't understand that I was there, didn't feel my energy. I'm like, this was weird because I just talked to her the other day, but I felt her energy through the whole thing, and it was one of them moments where sometimes get really really far into that fifth dimensional frequency and somebody's really stuck in third dimensional frequency and they just can't lock in with your vibe. It seems weird, but it's something that I got used to because I used to mess around saying I was doing Jedi Knight tricks when I lived in a bad neighborhood of going out and going, you don't see me, I don't exist within your reality. And I swear to God that shit worked. People didn't key in on my energy because being very empathic, you put out a lot of energy. So if you're able to tame that energy down, then people don't even notice you. And if you're really able to get meditative and get into that space, then your energy is more residing in a higher realm, and the lower vibration can't sense the higher vibration. So to them, you don't exist at the moment. I've literally had people walk into me with grocery carts. It's wild, man. But over the few years, I went through that whole process, like Dark Night of the Soul, reprogramming, reawakening, all that stuff. And then I knew I had some blocks, and I was starting to get to a point where I was able to observe and see what things were. The only issue I was having at the time was I kept asking the universe, give me visions of where I'm going, because I was having real bad issues with where I was living at. Funny thing was I was getting visions. I had no idea what they were though. But now that I'm here and I'm living it, and when I go out and these visions become part of my day, the dreams that I had, I realized the universe was giving me stuff all along. I just wasn't recognizing it because I was, so stuck in this area at the block. And the block was I wouldn't so much call it fear. I had conquered a lot of that, but it was an unknowing of my situation. Was I going to be homeless? Was I going to have a place? So I just floated along with what the universe told me, which is okay, walk here, go here, get on the phone, do this, stop, don't do anything, meditate, and just did that for about a month. I ended up getting to where I'm at, and now it's like the block is completely gone. So everything has literally become like what they say that they say you vibrate to a point to where you are actually in the fifth dimension and you're projecting yourself into the third to experience it. And that makes total sense to me because everything, everywhere I go, everything that I look at, it's the way that it even looks, it's not of a third dimensional frequency. About the best way I can give it to you is if you're walking through a video game, something really highly like digital that's like, really HD vision. And even just the look of everything, it's like things don't look 3D, they're multidimensional. Everything's multidimensional. Every sound, it's all multispatial. Um, you start getting links, like let's say smell color or something. Your senses all start linking together. And here's another one people don't even realize: thinking is a sense. We rely on that shit too much. That's where you got to go back into the heart space because, like I was saying, the heart is more like the brain than the brain you think the brain is. That's a whole nother discussion. But anyways, if you're heading this direction, just keep riding the wave and floating along with what your higher self is directing you to do. Because I swear to God, when you come out the other end, man, it's just like surfing. When you come out the other end of that, what do they call that? The little tunnel of water there. It's like boom, the sky's bright and everything around you, and you could see, and just it's like I I feel that I know everything. Not like right now, but when I need to know it, I know it. Do I got to keep shit locked up in my memory? Nope. If I learned something along the way, whether I think I put it in there or not, it's in there, but it's not in there. It's within my energy field, my Akash. Everything's been recorded. So any information that I might have recorded that I need to know, I will pick up when I need to know. Anything that I currently don't know that I need to know, I will know when I need to know it, because being tied into higher self and that divine God frequency. So it's like what you need to know, you will know when you need to know it. There's no sense in filling the brain full of a bunch of stuff you don't need, you know, and just storing it there. So, hey, look, we got somebody on there. Hello, how you doing? Um, but yeah, there was nothing more to this video other than to give you, my observations the best I can of this. But if you're still within the third dimensional thinking, you're going to be limited. When you get into this realm of thinking, you'll realize it's just like physics and stuff states. Things only exist because you observe and you say, I accept this as my current reality. This exists. You make shit exist. I literally can sit here and if I'm in that divine space, start daydreaming, it's done. That's now part of my life. Because what happens is everything, it's like threes, everything goes in threes. Well, what happens is I daydream it, I go to bed at night. Now that's when you think you're dreaming, but that's not really so much dreaming. You're going out and putting this shit into motion. So I go out and put it into motion. That's manifesting. So I, doing like the daydream thing to the manifesting thing. And then it goes into the physical and becomes reality. So that would be the equivalent to somebody telling you, stop daydreaming, man. You can't do that shit in life. That's just a fantasy. Nope. Because if you can dream it, it can be reality. And I literally do this stuff. I mean, I'm not kidding. I've actually thought back to when I was a kid, all these things that happened, and these senses that I felt, these certain energy senses that I understand now. And it was all like, that higher knowing, the intuition, the telepathy type of stuff, that kind of energy back then. And I felt there was something more to it, but being raised in the world and society that I was raised in, it's like, no, 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 that stuff don't exist. That's crazy. That's this, that's that, But it's even to every song that I've listened to, There's even, I like linked one back today, why am I singing and playing the song now? And I thought back to a certain time when I was a kid and I had the exact same feelings and stuff now, but it goes back into the daydreaming I was doing, which goes into me starting my musical career at almost the age of 50. which is quite interesting. This is going to happen. Like I said, I've already seen this stuff in my mind. When I was a kid, I seen stuff within my mind's eye. It all came true. So as an adult, I'm still doing it. So I've seen this stuff within my mind's eye. So I already know it's going to come true. So basically, growing up, everybody's full shit. You know, telling me things were impossible and locking me into a third dimensional reality. We're divine beings created at the beginning of creation from pure energy. We are consciousness in the form of a third dimensional physical being, an avatar, as they say. This is what you're traveling around in, you know? Life goes beyond this. Your soul energy comes from a dimension so much higher than this. You think and it becomes reality. So once you get back to knowing what you came from and who you are, it changes your whole entire life. You start evolving to the higher realms, whether it be within thinking or your complete energy field, and just getting into the fifth dimensional frequencies and energy fields. That's the unity fields. At that point, you become free. There's no judgment. You accept all and you're happy. And then you start seeing the truth in everything around you. You don't get upset about things. You know that there's certain moments of learning. You're guided by your higher self. So it becomes like magical. Like your life is now magical movie, but kind of like a video game because you can change it when you need to. Hey, there's more people. People. Look, there's people out there. I don't know who I'm talking to. Oh, squirrels. See? I think I've turned into my grandma. I got whatnots everywhere, but it ain't just squirrels. I have mushroom houses too. Now I just need some Smurfs. Talk about somebody living in their childhood realms. Yeah, I'll be 48 and there's a part of me that's just never changed. And that's awesome because that is the part that connects you back with your higher self and divinity, that childlike part of you. That's where you lose it all. Once you say, I've got to become an adult and start accepting society, and you aren't that kid anymore, that's when you start changing. But you notice when you awaken or reawaken, you start turning back into the child you were. Because when you were a child, you were the closest to God, divinity, source, however you want to look at that, the angelic realms, all that. You were closest to all that. That's why kids and animals can see spirits and stuff, but adults are like, what are you talking about? Society conditioned it out of you. So when you get back to this point, it's like becoming a child again. I laugh and play. Of course, I got a dog though, so I can get away with playing, and grandchildren, which are coming next week. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be able to visit with my family, and I'm not gonna be in freaking Detroit. And we got like park and swimming pool and shit all around here, so there's plenty of stuff to do. But anyways, now I'm going off in a whole nother direction. But y'all have an awesome day. Actually, it was probably good that I went in that direction. Basically, all you need to do, well, nobody needs to do anything. But for this transmission, it's partly an energy thing. I'm giving you my experience as in the third dimension from a fifth dimensional frequency. So I guess just random talking, if I'm happy, is a good thing because then you're feeling where I'm at. Hey, is that my used car salesman voice? Where I'm at today for $595. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm starting to get silly. Peace and love, y'all. Have an awesome day. Oh, hey, look, talking. Yeah. I would say hi to the person up above, but I don't. All I know is I know how to pronounce nature. I'm not real good with the other ones. Now, Oracle Jen, I can say hi to you. But the other one, we'll just say nature. Anyways, I better get out of here, huh? Have a great day. Yes, you too. Peace, love to you. Y'all have an awesome day, evening, whatever it is, your little part of the world, big part of the world, the tree that you live in, the cave that you're in, whatever kind of domicile you may be dwelling upon. Anyways, coffee. I ain't just coffee. That's what's making me act that way. No, can't be. Dude, I'm telling you, I think it's an energy thing. Was that Paul Butler said something about it, or was it Luna Ash? Somebody said something about a day without time, but I don't know what a day without time has to do with acting straight silly. Maybe I'm just real happy. Have a good day. Love y'all.